This next exercise is the kettlebell snatch. There's a couple different variations that we're going to look at. First, we're going to look at the half snatch, then we're going to look at the snatch, then we're going to look at the double kettlebell half snatch. The snatch involves pulling the kettlebell overhead in one movement. Now, as you start the movement, you're going to start just like you do a swing or just like you do a clean with a hip hinge. Now, as the kettlebell travels past the legs, you're going to bend the elbows slightly to create a little vertical motion on the bell. As the bell starts traveling over the head, you're going to extend your arm with the goal being to rotate the handle around the mass of the bell. That's going to drive us up into the locked out position. All right? If you do this properly, the transition should be smooth and you shouldn't have a large impact on your forearm. So again, you're trying to shoot your hand through the handle of the bell, rotating the handle around the mass of the bell into the lockout position. And there's two different ways we're going to drop the kettlebell. First, we're going to look at the half snatch. That involves dropping the kettlebell to the rack position and then dropping the kettlebell like a clean before going into the next snatch. Then the actual snatch exercise involves dropping the kettlebell from overhead all the way back down into the backswing, so you're not stopping at the chest on the way down. All right, so we're going to look at the half snatch first and then the snatch after that. So the half snatch involves pulling the kettlebell overhead, locking it out, dropping it to the rack position, and then dropping it like a clean before doing the next rep of the snatch. So again, you want to create a little vertical motion on the bell as you initiate the pull and transfer into the lockout overhead. Then in the half snatch, we're going to drop the bell to the rack and then drop it like a clean before we snatch the kettlebell again. Now in the regular snatch exercise, we're going to drop the kettlebell all the way from overhead into the backswing. To do this, we're going to get the chest out from underneath the bell and then allow the bell to roll around the forearm, bending the elbow, allowing the kettlebell to drop back into the backswing. So you're going to bend the elbow slightly as you get your chest and shoulders out from underneath the bell and let it fall down into the backswing. So that is the half snatch and the snatch exercise. Now, you can use two kettlebells on this exercise. I only recommend, if you do the double kettlebell snatch, that you do the half snatch. When both kettlebells are overhead, swinging them down between the legs, it's just, there's too much of a chance that you could hit the knees or something could go bad. That's why if you're going to do a double kettlebell snatch, I recommend doing a half snatch variation. So that would look like this. Then come to the rack, and then drop. And that's just one more variation of the snatch exercise.